Statement of one Mara Isles regarding... regarding the... Wait, this isn't... Etho, can you get in here real quick?
Yeah, dude. What's up?
Is this a joke statement? This isn't,
Yeah, this seems real. Huh, that's weird.
You mind looking into this one?
Oh, yeah, sure. You got a copy of it? Come over.
Yeah. Here.
Thanks. I'll work on that. It's really weird. I guess you're an anomaly or something.
Oh, don't even. Anyway, statement of Mara Isles regarding the head archivist of the Void Institute. Statement taken January 17th, 2018. Statement recorded by Green Mycelium, head archivist of the Void Institute, London. Statement begins. I've always liked reading. Always liked the way the words are on the page or the way characters interact with one another. I've always liked sitting down with a good book when it's raining or snowing and in a blanket just sat there, reading. I've always liked the way a book pulls you into it. I've always liked the way a book doesn't judge. It's easy when you read fantasy. Anyway, I volunteer at the library with my best friend, Lily. Sorry, I can't give you her last name because, well, who actually asks their best friend that? We got a couple coupons because we volunteered. Each volunteer got one. I can't remember how much the coupon was off, but it was a coupon, so Lily and I headed to the library's annual book sale where old books get donated and the library sells them. It's been years now since we have gone to a sale, though. It was summer, and so Lily and I were both glad when we got to the library. After locking up our bikes, I was eager to get inside. You see, I'm not a fan of the hot weather. We get icy winters and chilly falls, while also blazing hot summers. Lily, on the other hand, was handling the heat pretty well. I opened the door to our public library and held it open for her, and we walked inside. Our library is also our community center, so the books were being sold downstairs on the children's level. When we got into the library, the air was cool, like a blanket being taken off. It was nice for a moment, but then I noticed Lily was shivering. I turned to look at her and asked if she was okay, and she said she was just cold. I searched through my backpack, and to my surprise, my Dungeons & Dragons hoodie was just there. It was white, and the front of it was red, the inside fairly comfy and fuzzy, so I gave it to her and told her that it might help. Then it got colder, but I brushed it off and we went downstairs to go buy some books. We spent a good hour and a half looking for books. Then I found it. It was a dark book, navy blue with hints of black in it. There was a crow on the cover, and I, who loves birds, picked it up. The name of it was called Lady Death's Prophets. Can't remember who it was by, but it had a note in it. This book is from the Library of Vigil. I remember being confused, but now I know what it means. That's when Lily found the other book. It was called Life's Tethers, or something along the lines, and it had a dove on the cover. The crow and the dove were in the same positions on the book, the wings spread out with bellies turned towards the reader. I couldn't see the back of the crow, nor the back of the dove, but if I saw, knowing what I know now, I would have seen red feathers in a pattern that looked like fire. I opened the book to take a look inside when I saw the note. This book is from the Library of Vigil, and again, I brushed it off as coincidence. We bought the books and biked home. The bike ride was nice for the first ever. The heat felt good. When we got home, we both put our bikes in the garage and headed to the living room to sit and read. It was going well for a while. I sucked into the tale of the woman the book called the Scarlet Witch, and the guy who they called the Copper King. I asked Lily if she wanted any popcorn, and she said yes with a smile on her face. We set the books down and went to the kitchen to microwave the bags of popcorn. We talked as it popped. I told her about my book, and she told me about hers. My book was Lady Death's Three Prophets, like the name suggests. The Scarlet Witch, the winner of a death game, and one of the 13 emperors, the Copper King. and keeper of an ancient monument called the Vigil, another one of the 13 emperors. They were called by Lady Death to hunt down these celestial beings called Watchers. They each had a job. The Scarlet Witch was to hunt down and to keep things in line and kill when needed. The Copper King was to keep track of the Vigil, and when someone died, he would extinguish their candle. In the story, the Timekeeper who watches over the hourglass. You see, each hourglass represents a person, like the candles, but with the hourglass you could see how long a person had left to live. The story said that the three prophets are trying to find the archivist, the one who looks at the books, the story of everyone's lives. It described in the story a crow with feathers on its back, being red and looking like fire. Lily told me about her story. I don't remember too much from it, but I do remember the tethers. The first tether had deer antlers and red curly hair. The second tether had brown hair with a green streak. The next thing that happened still sits in my mind clear as the day I read it. A spider sat on the kitchen wall. Now, I don't like spiders. They scare me. I don't like how they watch me. Lily, on the other hand, is deathly afraid of spiders or bugs in general. It was a daddy long legs, and Lily spotted it first, asked if I could kill it, so I took a paper towel and killed it. The popcorn had been done by then, and we ate as we read our books. I noticed something strange. When I got back to my book, the bookmark was in the wrong place, and I asked Lily if she moved it, and she said, "Mara, you know I didn't." When I flipped to that page, I saw a list of deaths, and on that list of deaths was the daddy longlegs I had killed just then. But how could the book have predicted the spider's death if I had just killed it? Lily and I fell asleep there. But when I woke up, I saw a pin with books on it, and it read, "The Archivist." I picked up and saw the description of someone called the Watchers, and I'll give you the man's description. The avian had hair the color of a cod, wore the sweater of red, seemed to know the Scarlet Witch and the Timekeeper. His eyes, a death purple color. Does that description sound familiar at all, Mr. Green Mycelium? I know you're watching me. I can feel your hundreds of eyes and the wings you hide. Call me crazy while you keep watching us from your weird little office. Your hourglass is frozen, Mr. Green. Good luck, Archivist. Statement ends. What? What am I looking at? First of all, not to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. This is written horridly. There's no commas, there's only periods. I appreciate the paragraph breaks, I've seen worse, but what? And I don't know who this person is. I don't know any Mara Isles. I don't know any Timekeepers. I've heard of the Watchers, but aren't they a cult? What is this? What is this? No, I have to go see Doc. This is absurd. This is absurd. Statement recording ends.